So a little bit of different content for the channel. Today we are going to be dealing with a glut of chilies. So I actually loathe preserving, and if I can, I avoid it as much as possible. But this year I planted 8 chili plants, and 4 of those have been super prolific, specifically the cayenne. So today I am going to process all of these chilies, and I thought I would share with you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things. So I've already done a fermented sriracha, which my husband is loving, but I need to get rid of these before they all go off, and I've had a lot already go off, so I've wasted a fair bit. I mean, if you don't want to really deal with the excess, you can look at crop swap groups. I just haven't gotten around to doing that, so I'm going to spend the day preserving. So the plan is we're going to freeze some, we're going to dehydrate some, we're going to make an oil and a chili jam and a pickle. So hopefully I can get this all done today. So the first step of preserving is washing. So we'll do that first. So I am just going to stick a little bit of apple cider vinegar just to give it a good clean. Here we go. And I'm just going to stick them on a tea towel. So it's just over 1 kilo worth of chilies here. One of the easiest ways you can preserve them is just freeze them whole. So just make sure they're clean and dry, and pop them in I pop them in an airtight container, a special freezer one, and that's it. And you can just cut off what you need when you need it, and they store pretty well. So one of the most time consuming things is going to be dehydrating, and I do need some dehydrated ones to make my chili oil. So I'm going to get started on that. So I have just been hanging up a few like this to dehydrate them, but I'm coming to the conclusion that our climate is far too humid to dehydrate chilies this way. They have been there for weeks and they are still quite soft, and I'm concerned that they are actually going to go moldy, so hence why I'm going to pull the dehydrator out. Now, don't skip this step. The most important thing you are going to need is gloves. Trust me, I learnt the hard way, and the only way that I got the burning to stop was go for a 10-kilometer run. Now in my late 40s, that's not something we want to do. So the plan is I've got 6 trays, and I'm going to do 3 trays with seeds in and 3 trays with seeds out. Unfortunately, I can't save these seeds for my shop or for replanting unless I'm okay with a cross variety. So I've had 4 different types there. I've had the cayenne, the Anaheim, and the jalapeno, as well as capsicums. And we have a lot of blue banded bees, and that's how they've been pollinated. So they do cross pollinate. You need like 200 meters between them, unless you are bagging the flowers individually. So with the unseeded chilies, I will be making a powder, a chili powder, and then with the rest, I'll be doing either chili flakes or the chili oil, depending on how much I end up getting. So the dehydrator is on. I just have a cheap Sunbeam one. It was probably around $100 about 10 years ago. It does perfectly fine for what I need to do. I have put it near the window, so the windows are open because the fumes are actually quite strong in here. So make sure you got plenty of ventilation when you're dealing with chilies. Next up, I am going to do a quick pickled chili. It's just one that goes in the fridge. There's no processing other than making a quick pickling brine. So let's get to that. So what I am going to do is just put in half a cup of water, and then I'm going to do a full cup of apple cider vinegar. You could use any vinegar, really. Tablespoon of sugar. I'm just using caster sugar because normally I use regular sugar, doesn't matter. And a teaspoon of salt. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to bring that to the boil on the cooktop. So I've just got a jar here. This is a recycled one. It's actually hot because I've just sterilized it. It's just one that I think we actually had pickles in it before, but I'm just going to pop in some bay leaves and some of our own homegrown peppercorns. They've been sitting there for a while. It's pretty cool that this little jar of quick pickles will be all the veggies that we have grown ourselves. And a garlic. I'm just going to peel the garlic clove. Okay. So I'm just going to slice these and pop them into the jar. I've just got a mix of chilies. I'm going to put some red, a mix of all of them. So I've got the Anaheim, a jalapeno, so there's green ones and red ones, the cayenne. So I am just going to slice these thinly because how we use these is on top of tacos. Bring that to the boil. So this is just a fridge pickle. It needs to be stored in the fridge and it probably needs to be eaten within about 6 months. So change of plans. I was going to do a chili jam / chutney, but I can't find a good recipe. If you have a good one, please leave a comment below because I would really like to try something like that. Instead, I'm going to go with something that I know that we will eat, and that is a sweet chili sauce. So this recipe I just grabbed from the Vicola's Facebook group. So I wanted something that I knew that had been tested by people who do a lot of preserving. So what it is basically 250 grams of chilies. It's 10 grams of garlic. We've got 500 mils of vinegar. I've just used a white vinegar. The recipe did say apple cider or white vinegar, but I use most of my apple cider for the quick pickle. And then 400 grams of just white sugar. So I am just going to use my Thermomix to really finely cut these up. You could just use a food processor, you don't need the Thermomix. I will be just doing it in the saucepan because I want to see it as it cooks and make sure that the consistency is right. So the recipe did say to remove the seeds from all but 25 grams, but I'm actually being a bit lazy and I don't want to do that. I'm happy for it to be a pretty spicy chili sauce. So I'm just going to put all of these into my pan. So I'm just going to bring that up to the boil, then lower the heat and let it simmer for probably around about 40 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Now, I had intended on preserving this, but it only made around 500 mils, and I have these little flip top bottles that I use for making kombucha. So I am just going, I'm not going, it seems hardly worth it to get the Vicola up and running, so I'm just going to put it in here and put it straight in the fridge. Just have a little look-see and see how we're going. It's been now, what, only 2.5 hours, so there's still quite got a bit to go. So this might be a tomorrow finished job. So here's the Sriracha fermented hot sauce that we made earlier. It did take around about a month to make with the fermenting process, but I did just get that recipe out of here if you are at all interested. It did need a fermentation crock, but this is just their fermented chili sauce, and there's a version for Sriracha and just a standard one. This one we did the Sriracha, which just has some extra sugar in it. All up, it took probably about 12 hours to fully dehydrate. We did have a lot of humidity because it has been pouring rain for the last 3 days. So it did take a little bit longer than usual. So after that, what I did end up doing was sieving out all of the chunky bits. Next time I won't worry about de-seeding them to get in the dehydrator. I will just use the fine sieve to get the powder out and then keep the flakes separate. I think that that's probably a more efficient way to do it. But we did get 2 little jars, one of each. So one of the fine powder to use as a cayenne pepper and the other as chili flakes, which I will be using for my chili oil. For the chili oil in a saucepan, I just put 1 bay leaf. I put 2 because they're quite small. A cinnamon stick, 2 star anise, and a tablespoon of peppercorns. Then I added a cup of peanut oil. You could use a vegetable oil or something that's quite mild. And I let that simmer on a very low heat for around 30 minutes. In a heat-proof dish, I then added 2 tablespoons of my chili flakes with a teaspoon of salt, and then using a strainer, I poured the oil over the chili flakes while it was still warm, and then just let it sit to cool down before moving to a jar. So that's everything that we've gotten so far from our chili harvest. They are still rolling in. There's probably another dozen out there ready for me to pick. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Hopefully the weather calms down a bit and I can get back to doing gardening content.